Well, we went back to Kristen's, and Lisa and Kristen were making plans for tomorrow, not including me. Lisa started being rude to me. Lisa and Kristen were making plans to stay over Kristen's house that night. So I said, well, I guess I should call my parents. Lisa says back to me in a wicked voice, why don't ya? I asked her what I should say. She stopped. She snaps back at me. What do you think? I said, well, I should call your mom and dad first to find out what's going. After I said that, she had it with me. She was yelling at me like I was stupid. I don't know what the hell I said to make her so wicked at me. So I used Kristen's phone since Lisa's was breaking down. I called my house, no one was home. I told Lisa that no one was home. She snapped back at me. Well, did you call Nana's? So I did. I talked to Dad. He said he would come pick me up in a half an hour at Lisa's house. So I walked to Lisa's house. Oh, I only must have been at Kristen's. They walked behind me and I got there. Lisa's parents were working, forgot the door was locked, and sat on the porch waiting for her. She came, she opened the door, gave me a dirty look, asked what's your problem. She's being a fucking bitch. For no reason. She can't express her emotions. And what she's going through, so she snaps at me. I'm not completely sure why. I have a feeling it's because I'm getting a little attention from the boys. But they love her too. Okay. And that may not have been the case, but for some reason I think it was. It was the only thing that I could think of. But you know what? At any moment she can open up and tell me. Okay. What's your problem? She called me a bitch. This is like out of nowhere. I called her a bitch. I got my stuff ready. She was telling them, I don't know who them is. Now, I was such a baby before. She was telling them how I was such a baby before. She called me a cunt. They asked why they couldn't stay in the house, and I could. I don't know who they are, but that's good. 16 minutes. I'll finish this one. She said 'cause I was her cousin, unfortunately. I couldn't take it anymore. I hated her so much. Oh, I know what else it could have been. Because I know how she can get. My cousin, Melissa, I felt like she was just my favorite person in the whole world, and I think she was a little jealous of that. I really think so. But she couldn't express that, and so this was very painful for me, It was very, very painful. I couldn't take it anymore. I hated her so much. My eyes watered up. She kept saying, wah, wah. I went and sat in her room for a minute, poured my tears out on a towel that was on her bed. I got my stuff, went outside, and sat on the picnic table. Scott was there. My face was deep red. He asked what she did, and I repeated, forget. She yelled, forget. She yelled from the house, she's such a baby. Right then and there, I stomped up at her. I was yelling at her. I told her I hated her. She invited me. Yeah, I yelled. She invited me over all the time. She invites me over all the time, then treats me like shit. I yelled, swore at her, then picked up the tablet, threw it at her, and I picked up. It was a set of keys. I don't think I wrote it on here. It was this big set of keys. It's So I was yelling at her, picked up some set of keys and threw them at her. I think it was someone's keys. I stomped out, but I knew she was right behind me. We started fighting. And next I remember, Scott was breaking us up while I was on the ground. I started bawling my eyes out because I hated her so much. I still do. I put my arms around my bag on the picnic table and my face on my bag, bawling. Let me remind you who was watching all of this. Kristen, Derek DeMeo, and Derek Nielsen. Kristen went in and got me some wet paper towels because my knees were all scratched up. One was bleeding, my forehead was scratched up. I wasn't crying because I was all scratched up. I was crying because of how much I hated Lisa, for how much she hurt the inside of me. And I was so embarrassed. And just so sad. This is sad. And it's kind of triggering something in my life right now. It's not a coincidence. Lisa went in the house a minute after I picked up my head and I had stopped crying. But my face was deep red. I cleaned myself off at the picnic table. Lisa came out but didn't say anything. Just sat with her nose stuck up. Scott told her to say sorry. I wish he didn't. She said no way. Scott and the two Dereks said I wailed her, kind of sarcastically, trying to make me feel better. Finally, Derek told me my normal color was coming back to my face. They asked if I was wearing contacts, and says Scott took off. Lisa didn't ask. I said yes. Kristen asked if I was able to cry with them on. I said yeah, I guess so. Mom came and picked me up. My face was still a little bit red. I told her I just fell down. I know it sounds stupid, but I wasn't going to tell my parents. When I got home, my face was still a little red. I told Dad the same thing, but that night, I cried myself to sleep. All I kept thinking was how I didn't know it was going to affect me right now. Okay. All I kept thinking was how I was so stupid to trust her again. How much I hated her. How much I embarrassed myself in front of Derek. How much I just wanted to kill her. I wondered what everyone thought of me. Did they think I am a crybaby or I'm sensitive? My feelings were deeply hurt. I wondered what everyone did and said after I left. Did they laugh and say bad things about me, or yelled at Lisa, or ignored the whole situation that happened? Because I think it's funny that I'm crying. I really didn't expect to cry. I guess I won't know the answers. I swear I will never stay with Lisa again. I hate her so much. I love my cousin Lisa. And then nothing was really ever the same after that. Never. I think we pretend everything's okay. But I really never trusted her again, and whatever bothered her, whatever made her hate me so much, I don't think completely ever went away. Maybe her love is still there. She acts like it sometimes. But sometimes it just seems fake. So, 22 minutes into this, I can't even believe I'm crying. I guess it affects, I don't know, it was someone I was talking to today, on text. Something he said was rude. And I think I tried to play it off like he was joking, and he might have been. But I think maybe it hit that twinge of like disrespectfulness of someone, digging at you. And you don't always know why, and you know it's their own personal issues, not you. Your own personal issues, their own personal issues that you're triggering for some reason. And then you don't know how to handle it because how do you handle it? I guess you handle it by, I don't know, it's like you can't make someone respect you. You just can't do it. They're either gonna respect you or they're not. You can't really make them respect you. And you can distance yourself, and I did distance myself from Lisa after this. And I was trying to distance myself from Lisa after this, but then she was being so nice, and I really realize now that she was being so nice to get me again, to capture me so then she could unleash this. I know that now. Because I remember I was distancing myself from her, and it was like, well, why is she inviting me over? Is she, because remember she was ignoring me before that. So it's like, yeah, I'm kind of going through that right now, where someone will distance themselves from me to get me again, so they can kind of unleash their shit on me. And the thing is that's the person that I love and want to spend time with, because when I do, just like Lisa, it ends up being fun. And that's what I want in my life. 24 minutes. I don't even know if this will download. So, what do? I guess distance yourself. I feel like I've distanced myself from everyone. But that's not true. I'm just being silly. But right now I'm by myself. No, I'm not. I have my kitty cats who I love, and they're not going to be around forever. And I have Jessie, who I do get to spend time with, thank God. And actually, I'll probably be going out with a friend. Maybe. Even if I don't. As I have a great place to live. And I really do know I have a lot of friends that I could spend time with. So, but this has been interesting, and maybe tapping into some issues that I need to, I don't even know. Yeah, so like if something like happened today that triggered something, maybe it was triggering like this. Like maybe I overreact to it, even though I didn't overreact, just in myself I felt it. But it was really like a trigger to this, to what happened with Lisa. And it's like, oh, like I'm feeling that same thing, and it's disrespectful. And maybe I have to figure out what to do. I mean, I did the best I could in that situation. I think that's what I have to realize. I did the best I could in that situation. I was distancing myself, and then I kind of fell right into it, and I was having fun. And then even now, you just do the best you can. That's it. Like, you distance yourself when you feel like distancing yourself. You spend time with the person when you feel like spending time with the person. And, like, if something hurts, you allow the feelings to come up, and you just go with what feels good. So if you're not feeling good, don't go there. If you do feel good and you do want to spend time with the person or still communicate, then you do that. It's as simple as that. I know that. Alright. Thank you for listening. Namaste.